Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Hello. Welcome to my show. Nah, just playing with you guys. You know what it is. We come in with that energy. Hump Day, Wednesday, also March M and effing first, baby. Lot going on, lot to talk about. I got a few golf bets for you guys. Um, Got a few college hoops bets for tonight. Gonna touch on some passing of the torch. I thought of this 2 days ago, and then last night I was doing some what's it called? Sneak. I was perusing around some information, and it made even more sense. So I'm gonna talk passing of the torch in sports. We are at a weird time. Um, NFL quarterbacks, college basketball coaches, NBA and Major League Baseball, new faces, new stars, and also the highest scoring college basketball player ever is about to be passed up probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the game after. Kid's 25 points away. However, I have a hot, dirty dog take on all of that. That will probably be the biggest segment of the show. Got a few props laying around here that I will pull out for that segment. It is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives, going live on this amazing Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. What does that mean? 11 days away? Or 12 days away? I guess it's 7:10 in the morning. Still a full day ahead of us today, and then 11 days after that until we are filling out brackets with a frenzy. I will start the show off on Wednesday as I always do with golf bets. But first, shout out to Marquette, baby. Shaka Smart. Shaka Smart. Marquette plus 2,000 to win the Big East future bet cashes. I don't remember when I put it in. It was either late December, early January. It was a while ago. For some reason on the book I use, it keeps your bets in order. I was trying to see when I put it in. It gave me my money, but I was just scrolling. Started seeing all the Super Bowl bets, started seeing all the... I was like, you know what? Who gives a damn when I put it in? It was a while ago. I don't know why I don't just, when it settles, jump to the top. Anyway, over to the golf side of bets. I have 5 golfers here to give you. I also have 2 more that I like, but I just, sometimes, I got a rule in golf and it's not a good one. But if the odds ain't plus 1,000, I'll be hot ham if I put money on somebody. Like Jon Rahm plus what? Let me click on it one more time. Jon Rahm's like the GOAT right now. He's the walking win. You can't ever go wrong putting your money on him. He's only plus 550, however. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know, man. Winning $130. Like the odds of a golfer to win just don't feel right with me. I'm not going to put a whole unit on a golfer. So I got some other cats that I like, long shots, but the two favorites, John Rahm, actually the three favorites, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and Scotty Scheffler are all the buzz. Um, they all seem like the cats that's going to win it. One of those three, they are plus 550, plus 800, and plus 900. But I'm going to go with some other cats because that's what I do. It's what I do best. I'm like 2 for 5, 2 for 6 on golf winners outright. Man, I didn't realize I can get my mans over here for plus 10,000. I might have to throw something on it. I'm about to add 2 to my bet slip. I guess I should just add 3. Right now, you are watching the Red Beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dies, live. Make a decision on who else he is going to bet for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. That was my conscious little voiceover. F it. I'm just gonna add these 2. I should probably add a third. But all right. Now I end up with 7 bets. Tell myself this morning, just keep it under 5. Then I got to 5, and now I'm at 7. So let me go ahead and give these to y'all and break it down a tiggity tad. All right. Definitely don't like what I just did. Discipline, people. You have to have discipline. I'm starting to hoard money for the March Madness tournament. I told myself not to go over a certain number, and I just went under that certain number. So, golf. Ding! You gotta love it. Anyway, let's go Max Homa. That's the short guy. Not the short guy. Sure, I'm gonna go shortest to longest eyes. Let's go Max Homa. He's the 4th favorite, plus 1,600. I think he has a chance to dance. I like how this guy's been playing. Max Homa's name's been towards the top of the list the last few tournaments. I'm going to jump all over it. Max Homa. Also, a bunch of these guys, if y'all watch the show, I'm sure y'all be cussing me out like, this guy just bets the same people every weekend. Hey, if you can't walk with a broken leg, get it fixed. But I've been trotting, baby. Max Homa, plus 1,600. I like him a lot. Then I skipped over a lot of guys, all the way down to Sung Jae I'm gonna get one with him. Sung Jae plus 2,800. He's been teasing me the last few weekends. Let me get Sung Jae He's plus 2,800. Now, the next guy, I'm not gonna lie, he's jumped in my radar. I think it was I had the winner, but I forget what weekend it was. But everybody was talking about this guy. So over the weekend, I put like 4 or 5 live bets on this guy, and then my original guy won. I don't remember his name. I can't think of it. And then I was mad that I won because I got so invested in this guy over the weekend. So I'm going to jump on him today early. Give me Keith Mitchell. He's been in the top 5 on Saturdays and Sundays the last few weekends. Give me Keith Mitchell to come in with some laser focus. Put it all together. Put a full 4 days together. Keith Mitchell is plus 5,000. At the same odds, give me my guy, Tom Kim. Yes, you know what it is. Tom Kim plus 5,000. Still waiting on him to give me a win. I'm probably down 17 units on this guy specifically. However, I'm still plus money in golf over the year from 3 or 4 victories. That's why I do love betting golf, bet long shots, kind of cover yourself for a few bad bets, a few off the ledge bets, a few gambles, if you will. Right behind Tom Kim at plus 5,000. Let's go. Another one of my favorite guys. I'm kind of off him, on him. I don't take him every weekend. I take him probably 50, 70% of the time. Give me Hideki Matsuyama plus 5,500 or yeah, plus 5,500. Hideki Matsuyama. I don't know, man. When he's on, and I'm betting that he's gonna be on this weekend. Uh, and then you have to scroll down a little bit. I thought about taking Billy Herschel again at plus 9,000. He was my guy last weekend. Disappointing me though, very disappointing. There's a few other guys around here like Ricky Fowler, Keegan Bradley, even Jordan Spieth at plus 4,000 that are not bad bets. However, the next bets, the last two that I just added. So far, this is the original 5. Before I came on the show, I was gonna give you Max Homa, Sung Jae Kevin Mitchell, Keith Mitchell, Max Homa, Sung Jae Keith Mitchell, Tom Kim, Hideki Matsuyama. And then live on the show, as I was being voiced over and making decisions, I took my guy, Tom Hoge, plus 10,000. So you're saying there's a chance. And then I took my guy who I'll be forever grateful for. He won the first tournament of the year that I bet for me, and became my favorite golfer of all time. Siwoo Kim, baby. Yes, my guy. He's kind of relaxed since he got that victory. Hasn't played competitive in a while. I think that winning taste has wore off for him. Come in this thing hungry, and let's get a W. Siwoo Kim also at plus 10,000. Those are the 7 bets that I have in golf for the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard this weekend. I will repeat them in a second. I just want to see something. I mean, honestly, if you want to go hard, whole unit, you can get John Rahm top 5 plus 138. Might be the best bet of the weekend. It's almost guaranteed that this cat's going to be in the top 5 come Sunday, top 3, something like that come Sunday. John Rahm plus 138. It's just so hard for me to wrap my mind around betting whole units on golf. Anything can happen. Anything with the wind could happen. I mean, this guy back could be feeling tight. He could have had a bad breakfast. His wife could be cussing him out. Anything can get these kids' mind off of the course. But John Rahm top 5 plus 138. If you're going full units and not expecting a long shot. That's the thing though, man. With golf, you want them, at least me personally, and I might be a dumbass, I might be a fool. Everybody has their own way of gambling. I've been doing this for 12, 13 years pretty much. In golf, man, I want the long shots. I don't want the plus 138s. I want the plus 5,000s, plus 1,600s. So, but I mean, it is a safe bet. If there is such thing as a safe bet, is John Rahm plus 138 to win the top 5. Also, if you're one of those people that just is so scared to death of risk and you shouldn't even be gambling anyway because your heart just can't take it, you can take John Rahm top 10 minus 137. I could never. But it's not a bad bet. Nobody could ever judge you for it. If you do the groups, Scotty Scheffler, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, and John Rahm. You can take John Rahm at plus 225. I just kind of sometimes look to take the favorite a lot of different ways. I also like Sung Jae plus 400 in his group of Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Will Zalatoris, Tony Finau. I can read a bunch of these all day long. Three of my guys are in one group over here. You got Keith Mitchell, Sam Burns, Tyrell Hatton, Tom Kim, and Hideki Matsuyama. Suyama. Anyway, those are my golf bets. Let me read them out one more time. I got 7 of them for you. Tom, Hoj, C, Woo, Kim, Tom, Kim, Hideki, Matsuyama, Keith Mitchell, Sungjae, Max Homa. Also, like I said, not a bad bet to take a John Rahm plus 130 something top 5, plus 138 for the top 5, minus 137 top 10. Get it how you live. I would never judge. Hopefully, y'all don't judge me for how I like to gamble. Golf is something that I bet for funsies pretty much only. Anytime I bet money on golf, I consider it money lost. However, it's awesome. It's exhilarating. Gives me something to follow for 4 days. And if it wins, it wins. Moving on to, I guess I could do the passing of the torch right now and then just go into some college hoops talk for the last 10, 15 minutes. Really, I kind of said it in the beginning. NFL quarterbacks, the faces are changing. We went from Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Manning, to now we got Mahomes, Jackson. I can't think of any other great young quarterbacks. I don't know. That's crazy, huh? I mean, we used to have Flacco, Rodgers, Breeze, Manning, Brady. Hmm. I guess quarterbacks come a dime a dozen. But it is definitely a new era. Not just because Tom Brady retired. It's just a young man's sport. Everything is usually a young man's sport when it comes to sports and hip hop. Passing of the torch for NFL quarterbacks. It's crazy to see these kids, man. It's how you know you're getting old when everybody in the major leagues is younger than you. Also in the NBA, I mean, it sucks LeBron James got hurt, but these new kids are coming up, man, and these new kids are making a name for themselves. They're gaining fans, they're gaining notoriety, they're getting the endorsements, they're getting the commercials. It's a whole new world. This is the second time in my lifetime the torch has been passed down in the NBA, and it's kind of exciting. It's exuberating. It's a new style. It's fresh. Um, I'm not sure if I'm a fan or not 100% of some of the antics and the style of play. However, there's no doubting that these kids put their heart on the line every night and they go out there and they try to do the best they can to win. It's not their fault that the strategy and the rules and the way officiating is called the game sucks. Watching a bunch of threes and a bunch of flops is not my cup of tea. However, it's what these kids grew up doing. I mean, they learned from the best. Back when I was a kid, it was like nobody flopped. You was taught to finish through the contact. It's gonna be you or him on the ground, and if they call a foul, they call a foul. But at the end of the day, make the layup. If you get the and one, you get the and one. But nowadays, it's like just if somebody just oh, just fall, take the foul, take the free throws. Boring ass higgity heck. Also, step back jumpers. Anyway, I didn't mean to get on a rant on how bad it is, but it is passing of the torch. It is a new era. Not talking trash at all. LeBron hasn't made the playoffs in 2 or 3 years, so we are definitely watching the future. The Jason Tatum's, the Giannis Antetokounmpos, the Ja Morant's, the Lucas. Hopefully this year the Knicks and Jalen Brunson and Randall can make some noise. New Orleans came out of me in that one. Where else we at? College basketball coaching. It breaks my heart. I'm starting to see all my childhood idols look a tad bit old over there on the sidelines. I don't know how much longer they will be going. Coaches like Tom Izzo, watching him last night, who is my favorite coach. Um, he's starting to look old, man. He's been coaching Michigan State since I was born, 31 years ago. I will probably cry when he retires, man. Uh, I've invested a lot into the Michigan State program since pretty much 2007. I was about 16, 17. And then, of course, in my gambling career, I've bet Michigan State every game they played since about 2011, 2012. So definitely got an attachment to Tom Izzo and his program, and it will be sad when he leaves. Jay Wright leaving, Coach K just left, Roy Williams just left. You got all these new kids coming up coaching. Shaheen Holloway made a splash last season. Shaka Smart doing his thing this season. Bill Self still looks healthy and good. He probably has another, I'm just guessing, throwing out free balling 5 to 10 years of coaching. Calipari still looks good. I mean, Izzo might still go 5 to 10 years. It's starting to hit me like, man, you just don't know. I think Bohan's going to leave after this season. He might come back one more season just out of pettiness. But I think he wants to have one more tournament run. And I think he'll forever be trash as long as number 11 is his point guard. Horrible decision to keep him starting. You had some great freshman kids come in over the last couple of years who could have taken you to the promised land. But you decided to stay with number 11. Your choice. I'm not judging. Bohan probably is going to leave Syracuse at the end of the season. That's also what made me think of this topic. However, it came to my attention last night as I was looking things up. The guy who has led, or not led, he's been number one on the college basketball all-time scoring list since 1970 with 3,667 points. I'm going to try and figure out how to say this nicely because it's not this kid's fault. Do your thing, young buck. Some kid named Antoine Davis. Again, I'm not going to talk trash about this kid. I think he goes to Detroit Mercy. I honestly should have looked that up. Small school. Yes, it would have been more impressive if he was doing this at a bigger school. Yes, it would have been more impressive if he did this without getting an extra fifth year due to COVID. Breaking a record with 5 years of eligibility does not seem right to me, personally. However, I would never take anything away from this kid. When he graduates, he probably already graduated, but when he leaves school, college ball, and he goes and gets a job with State Farm or UPS or whatever he does in this world, I wish him all the best. He will be the number one scorer all-time points in the history of college basketball. However, he did it in 5 years, and he's barely doing it in 5 years. It's coming down to the wire, 25 points away with 1 or 2 games left in the season. I want to say 1 or 2 things. This is the guy whose record he's beaten. My favorite player of all time, Pistol Pete Maravich. Yeah, this guy was an absolute killer. He is the reason that I fell in love with basketball as a kid, was watching his documentaries, watching his highlights. I wanted to be just like him. That's why I developed my handle. That's why I developed my jump shot. This is why I developed my court vision and passing. And honestly, thank you. I feel like I disappointed this man because I did not make it to the league, and that's on me. Mostly it was discipline and guidance that I was missing. I had and have all the talent in the world when it comes to basketball. We're not going to get on that. Stay in school, kids. Biggest regret, I'll live with that till I die. However, Pistol Pete Maravich only played 3 years of college basketball due to freshmen not being able to play in his era. So sophomore, junior, and senior year, 3 seasons, he accumulated 3,667 points. Even if he would have just played all 4 years, Antoine Davis would be short about 1,1200 points. Kind of immaculate. If you give Pistol Pete 5 years of college basketball, which would have never happened because NBA would have been begging him to leave school early. He was averaging about 44 points a game in college without a 3 point line. And yes, it matters because he was shooting that deep, even when it didn't mean 3 points. He just pop, pop, F it, pull up on that thing. I did the math last night in my head as I was falling asleep. But the college basketball GOAT, I just told you everything he did. 3,667 points in 3 years. That's about 1,223 points a season. So again, give him 4 years and he has 4,800 and about 91 points. Again, give him 5 years, that number jumps up to about 6,000, 7,000 points. Honestly, 5 years, I think he gets 7,000 points. Probably be right under it, like 6,900. No, I think he gets 7,000 if the math's correct, if he just stays on pace. 5 years. His freshman year, he might have been a little under it, but I think his fifth year, he's dominating. He's going over. He's probably dropping 2,000. Anyway, long story short, I hate that his record's being broken by a fifth-year senior. It really kind of breaks my heart. Because nowhere in history of college basketball has a guy been able to play 5 years. And nowhere in the future of college basketball, barring a pandemic, will another player get a chance to play 5 years. Like I said, to the GOAT, to my favorite player, Pistol Pete Maravich, he will always be the leading scorer in my book. But Antoine Davis, I ain't mad at you, bro. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing, as these young kids like to say. You can forever tell people you're the highest scorer ever, total points in college basketball for the rest of your life. And for the rest of eternity, you will be on the top of that list. And 10, 20 years from now, nobody will even think about COVID or the fifth year, and they'll just look at your stats and be like, well, that Antoine Davis sure was special. There's a lot of other players, man. Even Doug McDermott's on that list. Like, give him a fifth year. You're not catching him. I don't know, man. Let me get off of this before I start really getting mad. The more I think about it, the more madder I get. Moving on to tonight, March 1st, the official first day of the madness. Even though somehow, some way, it knew when to come. It started off on Saturday. Madness galore. Actually, let me talk some NBA really quick. A lot of games tonight that are intriguing and interesting. I don't like any of the lines. I'm kind of iffy when it comes to NBA basketball, man. Like college, I'll bet that thing on a 40% hunch. NBA, I got to be like 80, 90% because it's really like anything can happen. Anybody could just decide not to play. Even if they play, they could just decide not to play. I love the Knicks. They're hot, man. I think they won 5 or 6 straight, taking on Brooklyn at home. The New York series, baby. I don't know if they call it a series, but definitely a small rivalry there. However, the Knicks are -7 in a hook. I think that is way too big. You got Kevin Durant, KD, everybody's favorite player. I think he is beep boop beep. We're live. I'm sorry. I can't be playing like that. Kevin Durant's great, man. To each his own. However, Phoenix is -10, which kind of scares me. First time adding a superstar into a lineup. Chemistry reasons, defensive reasons, who knows. However, Hornets, trash. Also, LaMelo Ball's not playing, so I do see why it's -10. However, I'm going to stay away from it. Few other games I was looking at. I really don't like this back-to-back. Like, not back-to-back. I love back-to-backs. I don't know why we're getting away from back-to-backs. I mean, y'all ain't doing nothing but playing basketball, man. Get your ass on the court and hoop, bruh. But I'm talking about like teams like Philly and Heat. They just played 2 days ago. Now I gotta watch Philadelphia and the Heat play again. Like I don't like that, man. Um, Memphis -10 again. I think that's a little too big, even though they're playing Houston, one of the worst teams in the league. Memphis probably will cover that. Milwaukee. This one I actually do like. I might throw something on it. Milwaukee undefeated through February, winners of 14 straight. -8 tonight, taking on the Magic at home. Not sure about Giannis's health or not. I think he was questionable Sunday and still played. I'd have to double check that. Somehow OKC is favored against the Lakers. I mean, I know why, but do I? I don't know. Part of me still feels like Anthony Davis could still be Anthony Davis and drop 52 and carry a team like he did in New Orleans. And then part of me is like, nah. And then you have New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Uh, both of those teams are like the biggest. You never know what you're going to get night to night. Portland's favored by 1.5. So a lot of action going on in the NBA. I'm going to stay away from it betting wise. I might keep an eye on a few games just as a fan, jumping back into the NBA stratosphere for the remainder of the season. But on to college basketball tonight. It's what you all been waiting for, ain't it? A lot of the mid-major small conferences are in the midst of battling it out for their conference tournament championship. Uh, oh yeah, I was like, what the heck? New Mexico State has forfeited all their games for the remainder of the season due to a hazing incident. Anyway, last night you had the Sun Belt kickoff, the Patriot League kickoff, and then Horizon League kickoff. They will be playing their second rounds tonight. On Monday, you had the the ASUN kicked off Monday. Tonight, going with all four of these, you have the Big South, baby, presented by Hercules Tires. The Big South first round is kicking off tonight. Man, I can't wait to start getting these automatic bids at the end of this week. You also have the Northeast. I don't know. I've never heard of the Northeast Conference. You have Northeast Conference kicking off tonight. It looks like they're getting at it. They just got 4 games tonight. Those are the quarterfinals. They might have a small conference. Going to be a 3-round tourney. You also have the OVC first round kicking off tonight. My bad. I'm trying to keep track of all this stuff. Northeast. I ain't gonna lie. I might watch this Northeast tonight just because the way they set it up. 4 games tonight. Tomorrow will be 2, and then the championship on Friday is what it's looking like. Man, I love this time of year. Yeah, Big South kicking off, baby. The Big South, baby. And also, let me talk about a few games before I give out my bets that's going on in the major conferences. Their conference tournaments don't start until next week. So these are the last, second to last games for a lot of these teams. Saturday and Sunday will be their last game of the regular season. Teams are still playing for seeding in their conference tournaments. A few big games going on tonight. In the Big East, you have Xavier and Providence. I actually have a bet on this game, so I'm sorry. I'll come to this game a little later. You have Alabama and Auburn. Alabama's at home. Somehow Alabama's favored by 10. I get it, but I don't get it. And I will stay away from that. But I do like Alabama to win this game by around 7 to 15. So I guess they could cover the 10. It's not out of this world. UConn -17 and a hook over DePaul. Staying away from that. Maryland somehow ranked 21st in the country. I feel like the last week of the season, they said, you know what? Who gives a hot ham about rankings? Nobody. Nobody cares about rankings. Maryland 21st is kind of humorous to me. However, they are 20-9. Played in the Big Ten, so that is pretty impressive. They're on the road taking on Ohio State, favored by 2. Ohio State, ah, I'm always nervous to bet against them. I'm not going to bet with them, but nervous to bet against them. I forget who they played Saturday. Oh, Illinois. Toe Illinois up at home. I think they're a great at home team, so I'm going to stay away from Ohio State. Maryland at home. You got Kentucky, somehow favored by 10 against Vandy. I guess because they're at home. Vanderbilt is a great home team, not a great away team. Gonna stay away from that. Pittsburgh favored by 4 on the hook over Notre Dame. Gonna stay away from that. Even though part of me wants to bet Pittsburgh minus 4 in the hook. However, I don't know, man. I don't like it enough to bet it. Like I said, there's a lot of games going on tonight. I only have 2 bets. You got Richmond and St. Joseph. Richmond minus 1.5 would be my lean there. Kansas State, man, at home taking on Oklahoma. I love Kansas State minus 2.5 or 3. However, they are minus 6 and a hook, so I would definitely stay away from that. Even though I think Kansas State gets a pretty comfortable, pretty easy win as long as they can make their free throws down the stretch. Definitely will keep an eye on some of these tournaments I just talked about. And then at 8 o'clock, you have a doozy going on. This would be at 10 o'clock, you got Utah State and UNLV. Nobody will watch. I'll probably be watching that game. Utah State and UNLV. The Mount West is very intriguing to me this season. Very, very intriguing to me this season. Penn State Northwestern will probably be a good one in the Big Ten. You got Gonzaga. I think it's their senior night. Minus 27 in the hook, taking on Chicago State. I actually think Gonzaga covers this, and I might bet this minus 27.5. However, they haven't really been covering this season, so 27.5 kind of scares me. Even though I used to bet that like it was nothing back in the day. Texas TCU might be the most interesting game of the night. Texas on the road at TCU. TCU favored by 2.5. Part of me wants to take Texas, man, but I'm gonna stay away. TCU's got their players back. They're rocking and they're rolling. They're rocking and they're rolling. Probably would definitely watch that game though. Texas and TCU, and then you got Creighton taking on Georgetown minus 18. The number's a little big for me, but it's F Georgetown, and that stands for Fade Georgetown. However, I will be staying away from that tonight. I have 2 bets for tonight. I actually don't like one of these now. I might cash this out. I am about to cash it out. I had Stephen F. Austin, and the F stands for covers, minus 1, taking on South Houston State. Sam Houston. I forget. Pretty sure it's Sam Houston. I don't know why ESPN don't tell you no more. You used to click on it and it'll be like, Stephen F. Austin taking on Sam Houston State. But now it's just like, figure it out, loser. I had this SFA minus 1 because Stephen F. Austin and the F stands for covers. However, I don't know, man. I'm listening to my gut right now. I just looked at it and I'm going to stay away from it. I'm about to cash it out. I missed the books where you could cash out your whole money. I'm about to lose $3 on this cash out. Kind of sucks, but F it. What's $3 to a... I was about to say something stupid. Boy, I'm glad I caught myself. Alright, so I just cashed that out. So now I need anybody. I'm not going to hit the horns. This is not a best bet. I actually don't like this bet either. Part of me wants to cash it out as well. However, you got Xavier taking on Providence. Providence at home. I believe they're still undefeated at home. If not, they only have 1 loss at home. But I'm going to go against that, man. I think this number is too big. Providence wins a lot of games by 1 or 2. Give me Xavier plus 3.5. Xavier's been a little shaky. I know. This isn't a bet I really recommend. That's why it's like, it's so hard to take. A lot of these numbers tonight I don't like. However, I do like this number. Give me Xavier plus 3.5. Xavier needs to get some rhythm. They need to bounce back. I know that's so stupid and so dumb to bet on a team needing to bounce back, needing a win. Because every game they need to win. So the fact that they've been on a stretch, I don't want to say bad play, but they definitely haven't been as good as. Xavier and Providence, they're both 13-5. They're both winners of one straight. But here's the thing, Providence 15-0 at home. Xavier 6-4 on the road. So I really don't have a real reason why, besides the fact that I think Sean Miller gets his guys rolling tonight. Give me Xavier plus 3.5 on a hunch. You guys do what you do. That's the only bet I got tonight. That's the only bet I will be taking. Kind of just ready for these conference tournaments to get underway. Honestly, I'm ready for these conference tournaments. I'm going to bet a lot on those. And like I said, I'm hoarding money as we speak to go Bernaners in March Madness. That's BERNANAS. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Tomorrow I will break down the Big Ten bracket tournament, and then every team will have been broken down. Friday, me and my man JCP have a little fun game we're going to do. We're going to pick every winner of the conference tournaments. He doesn't even know about this yet. I'll text him in a minute. We're going to pick a winner for the conference tournaments, and they're going to pick not an underdog, but we're going to pick a team that a little longer of a shot. For instance, if you want to say Kansas is going to win, what's the other team that you like to come and just out of nowhere? TCU is probably going to be that team. Baylor might be that team. I want to give 2 different options on each from both of us. ACC, you like Virginia? What about Pittsburgh? So we're going to talk through the conference tournaments on Friday. It's going to be a fun week. Can't wait till next week when conference tournaments are going on. And of course, cannot wait for the Sunday after that when we actually get a bracket for March Madness. I will turn up the content extremely over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the love. It's Captain Bob Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please, please gamble responsibly. Dives.